A very good afternoon, one and all. Thank you. My name is Pramod, and I shall be the Sergeant at Arms for today's meeting. I welcome you all to the 834th meeting of Medley Toastmasters Club. Before we begin our Toastmasters meeting, there are 3 ground rules which we follow throughout our Toastmasters meeting that I would like to mention. Firstly, kindly switch off or silence your phones and other noise-making devices so that we can have a noise-free meeting. I shall now give you 10 seconds to kindly do so. Please give me a thumbs up when you're ready. Thank you. Secondly, as Toastmasters, we do not talk about controversial topics such as sex, religion, or politics. Therefore, kindly refrain from discussing such topics. Thirdly, please do not cross-talk. Just as everyone has a mission in their life to help them achieve their goals, so does our Toastmasters Club. The mission of our Toastmasters Club is to provide a positive and supportive learning experience wherein members are empowered to develop their communication and leadership skills, resulting in greater self-confidence and personal growth. Please be attentive throughout the meeting and encourage the speakers with your warm smiles and applause. Let's have a great meeting. Now, before we begin, I would like to introduce our presiding officer, who is our Vice President of Education. He is an IT professional by profession, and he's also cool as a cucumber, no matter what the situation. This is one characteristic trait of him that I would love to acquire someday. I don't know how he does it. Please help me welcome our Vice President of Education, Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Pramod, for setting the ground rules of this meeting. Very good afternoon, my dear Toastmasters and friends. With the sound of this gavel, I declare meeting number 834 open. I'd like to welcome the dignitaries who have joined us, distinguished Toastmaster Thomas T. Abraham, the past President of Medley and the current District 120 PR Communications Lead. Distinguished Toastmaster Sampath Saurirajan, the past President of Medley. Toastmaster Saravanan, the past President of Medley and the past C3 Area Director. And Toastmaster Venkataseshan, past President of Medley, the current F4 Area Director and the Division F Director elect of 25. And I also welcome all the members who have joined us for this wonderful meeting. I also welcome the guest, Chandra Balaji, who has joined us today. I now invite guest Chandra Balaji to come over here and share your introduction and few words about how you came to know about Toastmasters.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Chandra Balaji. Currently, I have finished my 4 years bachelor's degree in information technology at SRM Institute of Hong. And how I came to know about the Toastmasters community, my relation once came here actually a few years ago.
Thank you. I now invite Toastmaster Venkataseshan to share a few words with us.
This is the home club of division director, which is given for the incoming district officers. So I would like to dedicate this to Toastmasters. So as soon as I was elected as Division F director, some few Medley members, they came over and asked me, are you changing your club? Are you moving to a different club? So I said, no, Medley is always my second home, though my first home is a different one. So Medley will be always my home, and the question was very apt because at least 7 to 8 people here, they don't know me. I'm Toastmaster Venkateswaran. This is the first time I'm coming to this venue because we moved from Desert Rose. This is the first time I'm attending a meeting, full-fledged meeting of Medley Toastmasters Club. And I'm always grateful to Medley members, the senior members who paved the path for a leadership journey for people like me to aspire and to be where we are, I am today, where we are and where I am today. Thanks to Medley Toastmasters Club and thanks to our presiding officer for inviting me to give this address. Over to you, President.
Thank you. Once there was a Chinese emperor who was fond of flowers, and throughout his palace and his garden, he had filled it with beautiful flowers which he got it from all throughout the world. He had two sons, Wang and Chang. Wang, like his father, was interested in flowers and he maintained his garden and he grew all the most beautiful flowers. On the other hand, Chang was not interested in these flowers. Years passed by and the king grew old. And one day, the day came where he had to decide his successor. So everyone, all the people thought Wang will be the successor because of the interest he had with his father. But instead of announcing Wang as the successor, the emperor threw out a challenge to both of them. He called them both and he said that I will give you a test. Whoever completes it, whoever does better, will be my successor. He handed both of them two seeds, two flower seeds, and he said these are flower seeds and you will have to grow. Whoever grows well, whoever nurtures it well and comes back after 6 months with the beautiful plant and with beautiful flowers would be my successor. And the two of them went back and they spent their entire day, all the months, all 6 months in growing plant using these seeds. Wang was able to grow and he started and his plant grew and his flowers came out of his plant. On the other hand, Chang seed, he was not the sprout, it was just a sprout and it didn't sprout well. He did everything he could do. He changed his soil, fertilized it, and he changed pot and did whatever he can, but then it didn't come out. He was frustrated and he was not able to, and he was demotivated completely. And the day came where they will have to show their produce to the king. Both of them came. Wang came with a pot which had a beautiful plant and very colorful flowers. On the other hand, Chang came with an empty pot. The Chinese emperor went and saw and listened to what they did for the past 6 months. Wang described what he did, the effort he had put in to grow these plants and all, and he convinced his father the effort he put in. On the other hand, Wang was very disappointed. He said to the emperor, to his father, that I did all I could do. And I spent the entire day, I did all I can do in my capacity, but then the seed didn't sprout. So my pot is empty. And then everyone in the palace was assured that Wang would be announced as the successor to the emperor. Now the emperor went back and he announced Chang as his successor. To know why, you will have to wait when I come back for my closing address because the red card is up. Now, the Toastmasters is a century-year-old organization which had enriched and transformed around 8 million lives and enabled them in public speaking and leadership skills. Each and every meeting in a Toastmasters is a nourishing meeting. It's an enriching for each one of us who participate or even attend. To take this meeting forward, we have a Toastmaster of the day. And today, to play the Toastmaster of the day, we have a software professional who has around 13 years of experience in IT profession, who believes in every thought is what nurtures the body and mind. And the very thought and very thinking is what is needed for a fulfilling and enriching life. He is also the person whom we all discovered, at Discover 25, the dancer or a choreographer in him. So let's join me in welcoming Toastmaster Sendil as the TMOD for today.
Why so serious? Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Our meeting today we are having different topic, theme. So it revolves around the theme is the curve that changes everything. The curve, right? It changes everything. You might wonder what he is talking about. Curve. Which curve he is talking about? Maybe it's a graph or the road. Absolutely no. Last week I attended Discover 2025, the yearly conference. I am attending first time the session are over 700 people. I was so excited to meet new people and also bit nervous in my mind and overthinking like how do I start a conversation with new people and how they react. And I am thinking if I say hi to someone, he say back hi again or he is just kicked in my face. So later at the conference and during the break, I just went, I am alone and just in the bit type of nervous and I am thinking like I am just having my tea. And I saw one group, that group of people is laughing and talking more comfortably. Suddenly, from that group, one guy looked at me and he just smiled. That smile making me something more comfortable. So again, after I feel comfortable, I just smiling at him and I just say hi. You know, guess what? After 2 minutes, we have become a friends. Like he is like my school friend. We are talking each other about our club and my profession, everything, blah blah blah. And also later, I started to start a conversation with everybody with my smile. Everyone, like attendees, speakers, why not with the world champion speaker, right? So I just started with my smile. It works. Everybody was talking to me. That experience, that conference became a more great experience for me. And that day I realized the curve that does really change everything. And my dear fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, the smile is not a gesture, it's a universal language and also powerful communication tool. So that smile is not work for me, why not for you also? So we can smile can open a new conversation, build a confidence and also create a new friends, right? So don't try to someone smile at us. Try to you start the smile with someone. Maybe that smile can change someone's entire day. So be smile. Thank you. Wait. Today what is the day? Any guess? Oh no. Yeah, correct. Today is National Smile Day. So I like to hear the smiling. And also, I like to share you the smile to everyone to spread the smile to everybody. I will also give there you can. I have reached that. Thank you so much, Sergeant at Arms, Toastmaster Pramod, to spread a smile to everyone. Okay, keep smile and enjoy the meeting. And now we are smiling, ready. It's time to introduce someone who plays the key role of today's meeting, the general evaluator. The general evaluator is like a quality checker of the meeting. So before I am telling his name, he is a mechanical engineer by profession, working for a big air conditioner industry as a deputy general manager on sales. And I asked him his thought about the smile. And he said, a smile can signal that you are approachable and willing to work things out, which can be help feel more comfortable and cooperative. Wonderful thought. Now let's hear more here from the general evaluator Toastmaster Balaji Arunachalam.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I am the general evaluator for today's meeting. As a GE, I will be evaluating the entire session, the happenings before the start of the meeting, during the meeting, and at the end of the meeting. That includes timing, involvement of members, performance of key role players, and the overall proceedings of today's meeting. Evaluation is one of the key leadership qualities which we acquire from Toastmasters to improve ourselves and to help others improve. We evaluate what we see and hear. At the end, I will be sharing my views about the positive aspects and the areas of improvements about today's meeting. Toastmaster evaluations are both qualitative and quantitative. I have two separate teams to support me in these two aspects. Quantitative team comprises of TAG, which is timer, R counter, and grammarian. And qualitative team, we have special evaluators for the evaluating the quality of prepared speeches. Let me introduce the TAG members today. For the timer role, we have Toastmaster Sukanya. She is a BCA graduate, passed out in 2023, and is currently employed at Future Focus Infotech Private Limited. She has chosen Toastmaster to overcome her shyness while talking to others. Please join me in welcoming the timer for today's meeting, Toastmaster Sukanya.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. As timer, I will time the formal speeches and the evaluations. I will also alert each speaker of the time they have left using the green card, yellow and red cards, which denote specific times remaining. Icebreaker speeches should be 4 to 6 minutes in length. At 4 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 5 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the red card. Prepared speeches should be 5 to 7 minutes in length. At 5 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 6 minutes, I will raise the yellow card. At 7 minutes, I will raise the red card. The individual evaluation should be between 2 to 3 minutes. At 2 minutes, I will raise the green card. At 2 minutes and 30 seconds, I will raise the yellow card. At 3 minutes, I will raise the red card. Thank you.
For the R counter role, we have Toastmaster Balaji. He grew up in Chennai and now works in digital marketing running online ads. His passion is photography, especially taking pictures of people. He loves combining his creative and analytical skills in both job and passion. Please join me in welcoming the R counter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Balaji.
Good evening, everyone.
purpose of R counter is to note the words and the sounds that are used as crutch and or pause filler by anyone who speaks during the meeting. I will listen for the words including well, but, so, and you know. I will also listen for filler sounds including ha, hum, and I will also note when a speaker repeats your words or space, such as I, or this means, this means. At the end of the meeting, I will report the number of times that each speaker used these expressions. Thank you. Over to you.
To do the grammarian role today, we have Toastmaster Uma Magesh. He is working as a deputy manager in a medical coding company, a native of Andhra Pradesh and staying in Chennai for past 11 years. He is married and has a 3-year-old kid. Please join me in welcoming the grammarian for today's meeting, Toastmaster Uma Magesh.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good afternoon.
As a grammarian, my role is today to carefully listen to all the speakers and make a note of proper usage and improper usage of grammar. Also, any outstanding words, quotes, extraordinary thoughts expressed by the speakers. As a grammarian, it's also my responsibility to introduce the word of the day. The word of the day is pellucid. Pellucid. P-E-L-L-U, pellucid. It means very clear, transparent and easy to understand. The examples of word uses are: the proceedings of Medley are very pellucid and left no confusion to its members. And another word is: the poem was very easy to understand because of its pellucid nature of writing. Yeah. I'll encourage each speaker to use word of the day. At the end of the meeting, I'll give grammarian report when called for. Thank you.
Now we are moving on to the prepared speeches. I am handing over the stage to Timu.
So from the agenda, we are having slightly changes. So we have preponed the special session, Discover at Medley, from the person who is a software developer by profession, working as a senior technical lead, passionate about coding and making the music. Toastmaster Jagan. I asked him about any situation he faced with a smile, and he said that he handled the situation with smile when his elder niece interrogated him as to why there are two sexes in the world. So let's give him a warm and welcome to the stage.
First of all, gratitude to the ExCom Bharat for preponing this session. I did not want to pull out. At the same time, I had another commitment which I have to leave. So I excuse the audience after the session. I would leave. So thank you so much, Bharat, for preponing this session. This was supposed to happen after the prepared speeches. There's another session, I believe so, which is Medley at Discover, which will happen at the end of the session. So I thought, okay, Discover at Medley. What is this session supposed to be? It's a culmination of what we have learned in the last week. Last week, as you all know, is the Discover 2025 District Conference. The idea here is, how could we, whatever the speeches that we saw there, how could we make them here in the club level when we give project speeches? If we deliver an icebreaker, how could it be that standard? So I want to bounce off certain ideas that I learned from the meeting, from the conference, and I want to learn from you all what you guys have also learned from the conference. So how many, I know Raja was there, we have a good number of folks who attended. How many did not attend? Rajshekhar was here conducting the meeting, I know. Argil Sami, and then the GE did not attend, Pearl. Okay, we have a good number of people who did not attend. So people who attended, please help us. We've got to help each other. That's how we grow. The first thing is, I have 3 important things. I have 15 minutes and 3 important things to discuss. If at all we have any questions, we can ask the group over chat, and I'm sure there will be a lot of answers. The first thing is, what is our goal when we communicate individually? My goal as an individual person is I want to be able to deliver speeches or conversations which are memorable. One, to me, I don't want to do small talk. That's my goal. So you might have a goal. Let's say you're delivering a speech like this, or you're having a conversation with your spouse or your child. How do you communicate? When Senthil asked me that question, have you handled a situation with a smile? What I said was, when my elder niece asked me why there are 2 sexes in the world, to answer that question I'm practicing here. Because I have to be analytical there. One change of word is going to give a bad impression to her. So the answer came out very well. I was so proud. I went to my work, said, this is what she asked me. I'm very well prepared now. Let's try. Let's get our own babies. In a way, I'm preparing for that question. So that is my goal for communication. So let me ask Rajshekhar, what is your goal in communication?
So exactly, I will go back to my profession. So as a aviation personnel, we formulate rules and regulations which to be followed in all aviation professionals. So I want to convey it in the right manner so that they will understand and apply it and do it diligently.
Assertive and polite. Is that correct? Okay. We might also have, let's say, persuasive. We might want them to do something. So when we deliver or write speeches here today, can we imbibe these goals that we have in real life? So we might have, if at all you guys have something to write on, what is my goal in communication? And how could we learn things to achieve that goal here at Medley? So these are the 2 things that I want to bring here. For example, when the president gave the speech on, say, Ban Chan, the initial address, he chose to share with us a story. But always when the presiding officer's address is going to be a persuasive one, it needs to be informative, motivational. It needs to be motivational for all our members. He might have the same role as a team lead at his work. So he cannot go on and say, I did this thing with my children. That cannot be the case. That's a different kind of a speech. So whatever that you have goals as your workplace or your parenting, this is my goal and I want to learn things to get there. So that is the first step. The second thing, what did I learn from the last week that I can apply here? Senthil, what did you learn last week? One thing that you want to apply in your everyday speech or every week speech that you give at Medley.
Obviously, smile.
Smile, that's a good thing. If you had seen Senthil speak, he's very animated, just like today. There is a curve and all that stuff. So, and the fact that he smiled at the end, I will remember it vividly. I have a photographic memory, and more than his dance, I will remember his smile. And of course, this. So, this is memorable. Again, a souvenir. So, smile. So, Thomas, what did you learn? One thing. So, he's a communication head, he's a retired communication head. But still, there is something that Toastmasters.
Not at retired.
Oh, yeah. Something Toastmasters could offer. Yes.
Yeah, in terms of speeches, I felt that a lot of people beat around the bush after they tell the story. After the message is gone, they still want to, I think we better avoid it. It's almost thinking the other side knows nothing. You tell the story, you give the message, leave it. That is my thought. I'll try and do it. So my short speeches will be less boring.
So when we deliver speeches at Medley, let's say it's a understanding leadership style. Now what scope is there for personal story? But possibly, let's say if we are to bring, this is my leadership style, I did this. There is one thing when the world champion, she said, we had the world champion of public speaking come and deliver a keynote. She said, do not give false endings. Which exactly what DTM Thomas said. There was a speaker who went on, this is my conclusion. This is my conclusion. No, I will go back and then deliver my conclusion. So there were 3 conclusions in that speech and we would not know. Let's say we want to deliver something at our work, there would be one person who goes on talking despite making the point. Despite telling what he has to say, that person will go on. So not having false endings, that is one thing. this is obviously more helpful in personal life. Just one word is enough, and more we talk, the bigger the problem becomes. So not giving false endings. And I have a lot of things here, but I want to bounce around topics. Jayesh, what one thing that you learned, communication perspective?
Know your audience and make it globalized.
Make it universal, if that's the right? Universal, yes. Not all of us are parents, so parenting may not work. How can I associate? No, all of us are children. So I will twist my story to make sure it is from the child's perspective, and thereby it globalizes. So when you know your audience, or say if I were to say an IT joke here, it will not work because the community is different. The Sampath will come and say, Jagan, you should not have delivered that. I didn't understand. No offense. I didn't understand. That's the audience feedback that we get. So we have to know our audience. Yeah, good point. And this is also what Louisa said, that you globalize it, you universalize it, so everybody understands. There is an emotion. We all face an emotion. This is something that she said, which I am using. I am going to deliver speeches in Medley from this. She said, pick an emotion and center your story around it. She also said, record yourself when you are going through an emotion. So I could not record myself, so I started writing at the back of it. I will read. Nervousness is setting in. I'm waiting for results. I know I wasn't expecting results, but I cannot help but expect. This is weird. I want to sleep. What if you succeed? What if it is you first? What if you become third? My heart is racing. I don't know what to do. Now I will write a speech around this, because I know if at all I had recorded it, I will be able to emote it. I would have said, okay, this is what I'm feeling, or this is what I was feeling at that moment. Recording helps, but I could not record at that time, so I wrote. There are things which I don't want to read, but so the idea is pick an emotion and center your speech around it. This is something that I learned from Louisa's speech. For example, let's say we deliver understanding communication style. Understanding communication style. There would have been an emotion in the past when either say one of our colleagues kept on asking a question again and again and again. Despite whatever purpose it is, whatever his intention was, he kept on asking you the same question. So we must be feeling something there. How do we communicate that emotion? So understanding communication styles will be able to gel this with the project objectives. At the same time, we are delivering a story. Furse, who was the finalist in the last year championship, he was also part of the keynote. Furse Gottawar, for his name is. What he said was that he said a lot of things. So when he delivered this stories sell. That's what he said. So stories sell. The fact that Sendil came here today, he told us a story. I will remember this, and I will remember the curve. What is this curve? And then his question was smile. I didn't connect it. Maybe he's asking me some question. But then the curve that changes everything is a smile. And then he delivered that message using a story. The story is what we'll remember. There was a group and there was someone who smiled at him. That's all that is required. What if this is a speech on an international stage? And I have utmost confidence that this speech, if mentored, if gone through a lot of changes, will win. Because it has a story. It has an emotion. The emotion of nervousness. The same that I felt. Everybody goes through the same emotion. So it will be universal. So that's something that I learned from Furse's stories sell. For example, today our president chose to share a story. Why was the throne given to Chan? He would have completed the story if not for Red. That's a different story. But why did Chan, why was the throne given to him? I think, okay, I will go back to the YouTube recording and find out why Chan was given the throne. That's there. I was taking notes. That something the world champion gave about 18 points. So this is something I take from it, and I want to share. Raja, what did you learn from the world champions?
So one of the important point which I was very much interested that whenever we are studying a speech, have an attention grabbing information. So instead of going and telling that, have you all seen this? Have you ever heard about this? Or today, instead of having this, today Sendil has started a speech with attention grabbing. So that is a kind of thing.
Correct. Exactly. So this is exactly what Louisa said. So the first 30 seconds, you don't entirely go into humorous. At the same time, you touch it, little bit of here, just like salt, and grab the 30 seconds of attention. That's something, if let's say we are going to, whatever the sergeant at arms also can improvise. When the sergeant at arms comes on stage, we clap. What can we do after clapping? The sergeant at arms has the ability to improvise, or has the stage to improvise then and there. So we could also add on to our repertoire when we deliver speeches next time. Okay, the first 30 seconds. There needs to be a story. There needs to be first 30 seconds of grabbing. There won't be a false ending. I won't go on and on about whatever I want to talk about. There will be a personal story, which, as Forsay said, and there are a lot of things which Louisa. Point number one. We all know power of 3, which I'm implementing right now. I had 5 points initially. I said no, I will only do 3. So what is your goal? What are the key takeaways, and how can we discover it mentally? Those are the 3 items. She said power of 3. 3 stories said. Maybe we could have 3 instances in our life and share that. Every speech, if at all it's possible. Or when we do a PowerPoint presentation, just 3 pictures. So there was a training at my workplace where they said just have 3 pictures.
So of 3 is for 7 minutes speech.
It's for a 7-minute speech. Okay, that's also fair.
In a 20-minute keynote, this doesn't apply.
This does not apply. Very valid point. That comes from Sampath's experience. Thank you. So it's for 5 to 7 minute speech. There is a power of 3. What happens if you have to deliver a 20-minute speech? So that's where your foundations come in. You will have a story again. You will not have a false ending. You will have the first 20 minutes, first 5 minutes you will be able to grab. So there are a couple of other things. This is a recurring. I hope this kind of sessions are recurring, where we want to bounce off ideas between ourselves and deliver whatever these international speeches, the kind of quality that they had, if we could deliver every day. So I want to bounce off some ideas. Sampath, what you are taking away from Discover from the communication perspective?
See, going by first says this one. Anyway, I will go for Louisa something. The opening, because that is worth emphasizing. A lot of our people use a question or a quotation to open and do it in a very tame manner. Just they say something and then they move on. If you want to use a quotation or a question, make best use of it.
True.
Make it stay, and that should be the attention grabbing exercise.
Correct.
Otherwise, you go for something else, like a humor or story or something else.
Okay.
Best attention grabbing is physical action. Not many people use it. I have used it in some of my speeches. That is better than anything else. Physical action always remains in the mind.
Thank you.
So that is very important.
Yeah. So overall, I just want to summarize, and we want to do these sessions again and again. There are 18 points she shared, but what we could.
She said 18. Ultimately, it came more also.
I noted about 19 or 20.
Bad in mathematics.
So I want to collate all of this. Let's say we want to deliver a speech next week. Again, first 30 seconds. 5 to 7 minute speech again. First 30 seconds. There needs to be a story. There cannot be a false ending. The story has to be personal. The story needs a bit of humor. We could try humor. It may not work, that's fine. But if we don't fail here, where can we? So we can try humor. These are the five points that I was able to cover in 15 minutes. So we will one by one, again, we are gathering all of this, and we'll be able to bounce off all these ideas so that when we deliver speeches here, it doesn't necessarily have to be a contest. Because if we deliver, yes. Yes.
Give my recommendation.
Yes.
Our quality. Because whatever speech we see there, it is so good because they have spent so many weeks or months preparing. Whereas here we can see many speakers backing out because they do it at the last minute.
True.
Then they say we don't have time, and some people do it just the previous day, come here, and you can see the quality between a speaker who prepares for a very long time and a person who gets it.
True. That is 100% because contest we spend a lot of time, but club speeches we don't. But the club speeches is where the growth is.
I have a solution for the problem.
Yes.
I have told many people individually, when you just give a speech, you walk home, go home, start planning for the next speech. Be ready with the next speech as early as possible, spending 2 or 3 weeks in consultation with your mentor and peers, and be ready. Any dropouts, you can jump in. If you have 2-3 people like this ready, the VP will be the happiest.
Yes, with that note, I hope these are recurring sessions and we'll have continuous sessions for those who have attended and those who want to share. I have a lot of points which I will cover, if at all. I will share it with the group and we can bounce off these things. I hope we deliver more clear quality speeches from now. We already do, it's just that we have to make it international. Over to the Toastmaster.
Thank you, Toastmaster Jagan. It was a wonderful session. It's a really recollect us who are attended the Discover 2025 last week. It's really recollect those the valid points, and also it's really eye-opening for who is not attending the meeting. I am damn sure next year everybody is eager to attend the meeting. And the first speaker today we having the 4 prepared speeches. The first speaker, Toastmaster Suresh Kumar, to introduce the project objectives. Let's welcome Toastmaster Vidyasagar.
Yeah, good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters. My dear guests. Today my target speaker is Suresh. He is actually delivering his icebreaker speech. The purpose of the speech is to introduce him to the club and also to make him understand about the basic structure of a public speech. Thanks.
Thank you. So Toastmaster Suresh is the seasoned talent acquisition director with a deep expertise in the IT industry. Also, he is an active cricket enthusiast who plays regularly cricket with his club. And I asked him one thing, if Smile ever changed anything for him, and he said that one day at work, his manager very angry and upset, and he stayed calm and gave a small smile and said a kind of words. That smile helped to solve that problem. So really great. Let's welcome our Toastmaster Suresh Kumar. Toastmaster Suresh Kumar, feet on the ground, eyes in the goal. Feet on the ground, eyes in the goal. Toastmaster Suresh Kumar.
Robinson, Udra Vandi AUM studio. Can someone tell me who spoke this famous dialogue? Rajnikant. Yeah. So please remember this. I will be referring it again later. Okay. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. My name is Suresh. Born and brought up in Chennai from a low middle class family. I've been married for 10 years and I have 2 wonderful kids. Now let me take you all to my childhood days in a blissful manner. I lived in a small house in Ponamali with my parents. It just had 1.5 room. For us, dining, sleeping, playing, everything happened on the same room. So if someone needed to change clothes, the others would step outside. My parents were not educated, but they always stressed the importance of education. I studied in a private school until 5th standard, and I clearly remember the days where my father struggled to arrange a term fees. My father was a daily wage laborer in a private parcel company, loading and unloading heavy machineries from trucks to godowns and godowns to trucks. One day while unloading, a sharp edge pierced his left hand. 22 stitches, he couldn't work for 3 months and also had a chronic back pain. My mom took over the responsibility. She joined a nearby leather company and started supporting the family. But the salary was very low. We couldn't maintain our lifestyle. That's when I shifted to a government school. I cleared my 10th and 12th standard with decent marks. Then the 12th standard vacation came. While my friends were enjoying themselves, I was looking out for a part-time job. Through one of my friend's mom, I came to know about this laptop dealer shop. So basically, they set up stalls in different hotels and different venues to attract customers. So my job is to stand outside of these venues and distribute pamphlets and convince customers to walk in. I got paid based on how many walked in. So I was also parallelly looking for colleges. Engineering was my first choice, obviously, but after hearing the semester fees, I opted in for Arts and Science College. and chose BSc Computer Science. On day one of my college, after our induction, we were all guided to our classrooms. Our classroom was next to the IT block and above canteen. Since the corridor gate was not open, I sat next to the IT block, and suddenly a beautiful girl walked up to me and asked, "Do you know where the BSc Computer Science A section is?" I replied, "The classroom is back end of the corridor. I'm just waiting for the gate to open." So that's how we got introduced. Though I joined the college, my obsession towards earning and part-time job continued. So usually during the festival days, especially textile shops, they used to temporarily appoint staffs to combat the festival crowd. So I got an opportunity at Shaker Emporium, which is in Godambakam. As a store boy, my responsibility is to display close to the customers and then restock everything. While on a Diwali day, while I was doing my work, one of my college classmates had walked in. I panicked. I tried to act like a customer, but before even I execute the plan, she recognized me and she asked, "Suresh, what are you doing here?" In my low voice, I replied, "I'm working here as a part-time employee." I was disappointed, embarrassed, because I had to meet her next day in the college. I shared this incident with the girl I met on day one. She said that you shouldn't be doing this kind of job anymore. Also she referred to a person who had been doing part-time job. Then I got introduced to this company who does outsourcing services to the top IT companies. Then I learned a lot of things in HR profession, and that spark led me to pursue an MBA as well. After a bit of struggle, I got into a talent acquisition field and spent 3 years of my career over there, and I wanted to move again, climb the ladder of the corporate. Then started attending interviews at a big IT companies. One of the person who had similar experience of mine screened my profile, and he asked about a question, about talent acquisition as well as screening and LinkedIn, social media hiring. I confidently answered, but he disagreed and said I was wrong. I politely asked for his laptop and demonstrated how it actually works. The guy didn't like being corrected. He said, "You can leave for the day." No update for 2 days. I searched his profile in LinkedIn and asked him. He simply said, "You are not shortlisted." Then eventually I started attending interviews at big firms, and then cleared interviews and convinced my in-laws and got married to my girlfriend as well. After that, and one day an event came in my company. It's called a Catapult. Catapult is hiring person with disabilities, LGBT communities, and as well as ex-employees. So during that event, I was the in charge of Chennai and Coimbatore location. They also appointed a task force under me. A day before the event, I downloaded the list of the members who will be working under me. To my surprise, you know what? One name stood out. The guy who rejected me in the interview. I just wanted to confirm it again. So I checked his name in the Outlook and found it was him. I was planning for my revenge because next day he will be coming and reporting to me. You guess what? The special cab was arranged. A driver called me and he said, "Sir, end the location, sir, poganum." In Rajinikanth style, I said, "Vandiya udunga dore paakathukku," because I was planning my revenge. But my heart said, "You are not raised like that." I just simply did my work and came. So this is how I deal that situation. The twist of the story is the girl I met on day one is my wife now. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Suresh. His speech, icebreaking speech is very interesting, and also it helps us to understand about him. Thank you. And next speaker is Toastmaster Jayashree. To introduce the project objectives, let's welcome Toastmaster Sarvana.
Toastmaster Jayashree is giving a speech on missionary communication pathways, level 1, project 1, icebreaker speech. The purpose of this project is to introduce yourself to the club and learn the basic structure of a public speech. Time is 4 to 6 minutes, all the request.
And when I saw the agenda about Toastmaster Jayashree icebreaking speech, I got wonder. I remember when I saw first speech about the motivational, it's very interesting. And also, we everybody know, right? She is a winner of the international speech contest in the club and the area, as well as the third place on the division as well. So then I realized the third icebreaker speech, she already done 2 pathways. And she's, we know the great speaker, and also she is a product manager. And I asked her any funny things about the smile, and she said even, when she just sit quietly and do nothing, but people still ask her why you are smiling. Please join me in inviting Toastmaster Jayashree on the stage. Toastmasters Jayashree, the engine room. The engine room, Toastmasters Jayashree. Thank you.
2 years ago, I sat in the last row of my first Toastmasters conference, College Gate. I watched the speeches, the applauses, strange vocabulary. First they told about area contest, fine. Then they said division contest, it's fine. Then they called Tamil Nadu a district. I thought, when did Tamil Nadu leave India and form a district? That can happen only in Toastmasters. I was a stowaway in that engine room, unseen, unheard, yet curious. Fellow Toastmasters and dear guests, that day I wasn't a speaker, I wasn't a timekeeper. I was just a small bolt in the vast Toastmasters engine room. Yet, that became a beautiful story for me to share today. 6 months later, Discover 2024 was announced, District 120's annual conference. I was representing Medley in the area contest, and they called for the role players. Since I was focusing on the contest, I didn't apply. Once the contest was over, I asked if there was any role available. They said all roles are filled except one, the Chief Sergeant at Arms. The job description, pretty straightforward. You open the conference, set the stage, get the crowd on track. I was feeling it's okay to get to know what's happening in the engine room. Let me say yes. I'd say yes. It wasn't fancy, it wasn't glamorous, it was harder than what I expected to control a crowd of 500 attendees on that day. And not just that, the grind that I had to go through to get onto the stage was even more terrific. I had to go and participate in every dry run, work along with the MCs for their scripts, try to also see what the award announcers speak, and try to know what the introducers does. By this course, I get to know what does a speaker requires to be on the stage at a district conference. I was going through this grind, and that engine room was full of chaos. It was filled with missionaries. Yet I survived there, stood there on Discover 2020. Without learning, the next year, contest season began. I represented Medley in 3 different types of contests at the division level. I gave my blood, heart, sweat, name anything for my international speech contest. Word by word, gesture by gesture. The result, runner-up in the division. I was sulking in silence about my results. Few said, Jayashree, your speech was amazing. It had a universal message, and whatever did Jagan tell today, it was available there. On the other hand, nobody was telling me what did I miss on that day. I was still sulking in silence in the deep corner, and the next day I got a call from the district director, Mohan Krishnan ji. He said, Jayashree, your speech was amazing. It was very close to be on the district stage, and we wanted you to be part of Discover 2025. I still wanted to be on that stage as a contestant, not as a role player. And I did tell him that. He said, think about what you did in Discover 2024 and then tell me an answer. I said I can be in the backstage, groom the MCs. That's what I was aware of the last day. He kept the call. The next day, the conference chair, Abdul, added me to the WhatsApp group, inviting Toastmaster Jayashree, the program chair of Discover 2025. Wait, what? Program chair? I didn't sign up for this. Then Abdul and Mohan convinced me this time, you're not building that engine room. You're creating every part of that engine room, all on yourself, to drive that 700 attendees with 35 role players handpicked by you. I took that as a challenge, day and night. It was tough, but it was all worth it. When the conference was over, a lot of amusements, appreciations, applauses, all made sense. That day, amongst all the buzzing messages, I got one message in Instagram. That was from the star speaker, Deepa Wick. She said, Jayashree, that was one of the heartfelt introductions that I've ever received on the stage by you. Thank you very much. That moment, I felt it was surreal. It was magical. It was all worth it that I did for the last 2 months. That's when it hit me. Toastmasters is definitely about public speaking, yes. But if you think it's only about public speaking, then no, my dear friends, you're missing a lot. Sometimes you have to be in that engine room, amidst the missions, amidst that noise. That's where you fall, you fail, you greet each other, you love each other, you learn together. I joined Toastmasters to become a great speaker. Then I became a planner, doer, dreamer, mentor, groomer, whatnot. Sometimes you don't need to be the face of the conference, you can still be the soul of the conference that you are running. And the stage could give you the spotlight. That engine room could give you the spotlight. Ready to join me in that engine room the next year? Thank you. I wish to spark and ignite a lot of other team members in Medley in that engine room. Back to you.
Thank you, Jayashree, for your spark speeches. Always speech like feel like yes, I will do something. I will always get some energy from her speech. And the next speaker is Toastmaster Ramya to introduce the project objectives. Let's welcome Toastmaster Venkateswaran.
Toastmaster Ramya is delivering a speech on presentation mastery, level 1, project 2, understanding, writing a project speech with a purpose. The objective of this project is for her to learn about the basic methods of writing a defined speech with a defined purpose and deliver a well-prepared speech on any topic. Timing for the speech is 5 to 7 minutes for the timer. All the best to Toastmaster Ramya and over to you.
Thank you. Toastmaster Ramya, she is a voice-over artist, creative writer, and instructional designer herself. I asked her thought about the smile, and she loves smile because the smile she have to split it in the 2 ways. Smile is a warm way to say hello, as well as showing the kindness. Why not? I agree with your point. Now let's call the Toastmaster Ramya to come up and deliver her speech. Toastmaster Ramya, some pillars are unseen. Some pillars are unseen. Toastmaster Ramya.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I see many experienced Toastmasters here. Some of you, can you please share just one word? How do you feel right before your icebreaker? Thomas sir.
Anxious.
Glad. I didn't feel anything, but totally I have not given an icebreaker speech. I just narrated some humorous anecdote.
Toastmaster Praveena.
Excited and stressed.
Thank you. For me, right before my icebreaker, I was trembling with fear. There was a reason for that fear. Before icebreaker, I was performing role player duties like timer and art counter. When I was called up to the stage, I stood here, frozen. Seeing all faces looking at me, I went blank. And I thought, if I can't speak for 30 seconds, how will I manage 4 to 5 minutes of speech? That moment triggered self-doubt. So I did one thing that always works. I asked for help. My mentor, Toastmaster Pravda, patiently listened as I pestered her with questions and doubts. Toastmaster Pravina gave me a strong motivational talk right before my icebreaker. Toastmaster Anu and Toastmaster Bharat gave me words of encouragement that truly mattered. Saturday, April 26, 2025, I was here to deliver my icebreaker. I was sitting in the corner. Toastmaster Dinesh, who was my evaluator as well, walked towards me. He smiled and said, Ramya, all the best. You look very confident. I smiled back and asked, have you ever watched the Kamala Hassan movie Gurdi Punar? He said, no. Usually, in Medley Toastmaster, you would expect a Rajinikanth reference in speech. But please allow me this one Kamal moment. In the movie Gurdi Punar, Kamal Hassan plays a role of a fearless cop. There is a scene in the movie where he says, do you know what bravery is? Acting as if there is no fear. Veeran enna theriyuma? Bayam alla madiri nadikkirathu. That day, I was doing exactly what Kamal said. Acting as if I wasn't afraid. Guess what? I was awarded the best speaker, which I didn't expect it at all. Are practice and efforts the key? A big no. More than practice, something that made a big difference. The mentorship and guidance I received from fellow Toastmasters. There is a saying, a mentor is someone who sees more ability and talent within you than you see in yourself. That's what happened. My fellow Toastmaster didn't just offer tips. They offered belief. They believed in me when I doubted myself. Think of Oprah Winfrey, one of the most influential women in the world, a talk show icon, a media mogul, a philanthropist. Born into poverty, she faced countless struggles. But everything changed when a fourth grade teacher, Mrs. Donkin, believed in her. She helped Oprah to find her voice, and that voice went on to inspire millions. Think of Sachin Tendulkar, the master blaster of the world cricket. He often speaks about his coach, Ramakant Achrekar, the man who shaped his confidence, character, and career. I'm not Sachin. I'm not Oprah. But a child crawling hard to find a space in this Toastmaster journey. Like me, many others are there in the club who are chasing the dreams of becoming a confident speaker. Even small gestures here, a kind word, a smile, a quiet thumbs up. Here I am, delivering my second speech. A child, held up by the support of fellow Toastmasters. Each speech I heard in this club was a spark. And each speaker unknowingly handed me a brick of courage. A kind word can change someone's entire day. A Toastmaster, each speech is shaping someone's entire journey. Here I am, still learning, still growing. But I know, even if the pillars are unseen, they're always there. To every Toastmaster who shared, who mentored, thank you for being the pillars for me and to others. This is not just a speech. This is a celebration of every one of you, behalf of fellow Toastmasters who want to thank and appreciate their mentors whose guidance helped them to shape their dreams. Thank you everyone, with heartfelt gratitude and respect.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ramya. Her speech about the mentorship and guidance is really inspirational us, and I really agree. They are believed in us and they are putting effort on us. Really thank you. And the next speaker, Toastmaster Supraja, to introduce the project objectives. Let's welcome Toastmaster Perlan.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Today, Toastmaster Supraja is going to deliver a speech from the pathway, presentation mastery, level 1, speech 2, speech with a purpose. The project purpose is to learn or review basic methods for writing a speech with a defined purpose and to present a well-organized speech on any topic. Timer, please note, timing is 5 to 7 minutes. All the best to Toastmaster Supraja.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Toastmaster Supraja. She is a technology professional working in a strategy and consulting space. And when I asked her about the smile, any serious incident about the smile she handled, she was driving car once and made a mistake at U-turn one way on the road. And the auto driver scolded her as usual in his typical ways. But she just smiled instead of getting any angry, any overreacting. It's a mean lot to she managed how the serious situation she handled. Let's call our Toastmaster Supraja. Yeah, Toastmaster Supraja. A pink elephant. A pink elephant, Toastmaster Supraja.
Could I ask all of you to please close your eyes for a few seconds? Please don't fall asleep. I know it's Saturday afternoon, but think about someone or something you absolutely love. Maybe a hobby, a passion, or fond memories with your loved ones. Now gently observe your breath. Again, keeping your eyes closed, think about someone or something you absolutely hate, dislike, abhor. Maybe a difficult person, maybe a heated argument, or maybe something that traumatized you. Now gently observe your breath again. You may all open your eyes now. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. How do you feel? If you had observed well, when you were thinking about something that you were happy about, your breath would have been smooth, slow, and at ease. Whereas on the other hand, when you thought about something that stressed you out or a difficult situation, your breath would have been fast, heavy, and maybe even uneasy. So that is the power of breath. It is that bridge that connects your body with the mind. It mirrors our emotions, and ultimately, it modulates our voice. Think about it. Have you ever been asked to take a deep breath when you're angry? Yes. Has your voice ever shaken when you're nervous, when you're giving a Toastmaster speech? Yes. So, your state of mind has a deep impact on your voice quality. The tone, the pace at which you speak, and the volume with which you speak. And your breath is the one that controls the state of your mind. Let me give you some very familiar scenarios. Have you ever been in the kitchen making something, making a dish, and when you finish the dish, have you ever thought, oh, did I add salt? Did I add sugar? Yes, right? Happens. Have you ever driven in a familiar route from point A to point B, maybe in your car or your bike, and when you get to your destination, have you ever felt, oh, how did I get here? I don't remember half the route. Yes, right? Happens to all of us. That is what is the power of the breath. Because your mind constantly vacillates between memories of the past and anxieties about the future. But your breath, unlike your thoughts, is always in the present. It's always in the now. So when you become aware of your breath, you also bring your thoughts back into the present, the now. And what does it do? It actually has an impact on your voice as well. When you learn to regulate your breath, your voice ultimately finds that calm and that sense of peace. But how do you regulate your breath? It is through a very powerful practice called meditation. Let me give you a few facts. According to the Harvard Medical School, constant practice of meditation for 8 weeks reduces your cortisol levels, which is the stress hormones in your body, by over 33%. And it's not just all facts. Let me share something very personal as well. A few years ago, I was in a very dark place in my life. I battled depression for almost 2 years. I felt broken completely, emotionally, mentally, physically. I felt very lost. It was as though no amount of advices or healing helped me. No prayers also helped, but what helped was meditation. I constantly practiced it every day, every single day, every week, every hour, every time. And today, I stand in front of all of you as a mindfulness and meditation practitioner and teacher. And how did it happen? It's all with that one single breath. Now people ask me, so does that mean you can disconnect from the outside world and just go to the Himalayas and meditate and become a saint? Well, no. I always give them a smile and I tell a very powerful story. There was once a king and he actually asked 2 of his artists to paint an image of peace. One of the artists actually painted perfect blue skies, a still water, perfect serenity. And the other artist actually painted rugged landscape, thunderstorms, and there was a branch in which there was a mother bird feeding her chicks. Which one do you think the king chose? The second one. You know why? Because peace does not always mean absence of chaos. It means being amongst all that chaos and still having the ability to stay calm. To respond and not to react to situations. To rise with your voice, with confidence and not stress or fear. Let me end with one single experiment. Can I ask all of you to please close your eyes once again? Do not think about a pink elephant. Can you all please open your eyes? Who thought of a pink elephant? That is what mind does to you. If you don't control your mind, and if you don't take charge of it, the pink elephant will. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Supraja, for the wonderful speech. And Thank you for, we completed our prepared speech. Thank you for the special session and prepared speech. Now I hand over the session to the general evaluator, Toastmaster Aruna Balaji Aruna.
My dear Toastmasters and guests, we will now commence the evaluation session. To evaluate the first speech, we have a passionate power system engineer working in the field of sustainable energy, having more than 12 years of experience, currently working for Vestas, especially working towards optimization of wind energy solutions. Please join me in welcoming the evaluator for the speech. Feet on the ground, eyes in the goal. Toastmaster Vidyasagar. Toastmaster Vidyasagar.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. Today, my target speaker, Suresh, actually delivered an amazing icebreaker speech. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for taking the initial step to become part of this Toastmaster journey. I know personally it takes enormous courage to stand up and deliver our own story. Today you did that amazingly well, and I wish you all the best. Let me begin with the things that I liked about his speech. First of all, the content and the structure of the speech. You know, the way you organize your speech, you know, the way you flowed from one memory to another memory in your life, right? That really connected the audience better. And one more thing is, you selected an apt title for your speech. So that is feet on the ground and eyes on the goal. Although you had opportunity to take revenge against the person who rejected you, but you didn't. That really connected with the story actually. The title of the speech and the story you narrated actually connected well. That really connected the audience to your story. So another one, when it comes to delivery, although after your speech you came and told me you were nervous, but for me you didn't seem like nervous when you were on the stage. Actually, you didn't seem like a first timer, like delivering your first speech. You were very confident and you were also able to make eye contact with people. And moreover, your voice was loud and very clear, so that audience can understand, connect to your story. Okay. And one more thing, the authenticity, right? I could see the genuinity and authenticity of your story because that is from your personal story. So all the audience can relate to their personal story because they were able to relate to your story and connect to your story very well. A few suggestions from my side for areas of improvement. First thing is, you could have added a bit more vocal variety. Okay, you could have varied the tone and pitch of your voice according to the emotion in your story. And the second one is, at times you spoke very quick. Maybe you could have lowered, you could have used the pause in between when you are making transition between the key points. That's all. Thanks.
To evaluate the second speech, the engine room, a director of a Fortune 30 organization and a Toastmaster for more than a decade, Toastmaster Sarun. Please join me in welcoming the evaluator for the speech, the engine room, Toastmaster Sarun.
Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts. I see that courage in you, Toastmaster Jayashree. It was like a well-tuned engine. Your speech was like a well-tuned engine. What is that is there in a well-tuned engine? It is precise. It has peak performance and efficiency. That is the thing that I have seen in your speech. If I have to use engine as an acronym,
I can put like this. EN, energizing. Your speech is energizing for the audience. Very well done. Goals. You are able to provide the goals that you have and what you want to achieve in Toastmasters. That is G. And then IN, inspiring. It calls for an action for the audience. That is very inspiring. And then E for emotional content. It has an emotional content when you felt like how you felt when you are not there in the top one as such during the district conferences or division conferences as such. It has the emotional content. So these are the things that I like in a speech, but this engine room has some room for improvement as well. What are those room for improvement? First one, what is the area of improvement from your side? What are the things that you have done, what you have been mentored by your mentors? And what are the stages that you have crossed from? Where you have crossed from a club level, division, club level, area level, division level, what are the things that you have learned? And what is that need for the audience? What are the things that they can take away from your speech as such? What is the area of improvement that you have done? So that will be something that we are learning for others also, so that they can also tread that path and can become successful. Because you have come a long way in the sense like covering two pathways, the third pathway, and then covering all the contests that are necessary. And then you have been part of all the district conferences, all the things that are there. But what is it for the audience? What that they can take away from you, and what is the area of improvement? That is the first thing that I would say. Second thing is the voice. You have free flow of words. It is excellent, not a problem at all. But I felt there could be some emphasis. So in your speech, you have mentioned about the message in Instagram that you received something from Deepa Venkat. I felt the message in Instagram, some sort of dramatics. Okay? What is that message? What you have seen? Oh, what is that from Deepa Venkat? What she's trying to say? This is the best introduction I have ever seen. Wow, this is something that acts as a compliment for me. If you have, some sort of emphasis, that would have been much better for us. And then what I would say here is, just look at the last row and then talk, so that you will be able to reach all the audiences, and then your voice will have that inflection point as well as your volume that is necessary for reaching those audiences. So these are the two tips I would say. These are the room for improvement I would say. But overall, to summarize, I would say this is an excellent speech, and it's like a well-tuned, well-oiled engine as such. But if you could look at those voice aspect as well as what is in it for me from an audience perspective, that would have become much brilliant speech. Over to Jennifer.
To evaluate the third speech, we have Toastmaster Venkataseshan. He's a Toastmaster since 2021, passionate to learn new skills, curious to meet and greet new friends. And he says, he's excited in learning through sharing. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Venkataseshan to evaluate the speech. Some pillars are unseen.
This evaluation is going to be like a table topic session for me. I was expecting that there will be a table topic session during which I will prepare my evaluation. To start with, Toastmaster Ramya, you gave a pellucid demonstration of what you learned from your icebreaker speech. As soon as I listened to your speech, I was pretty sure that you went through each and every word in your manual for writing a speech with purpose. The speech project says you should have a central idea on around which your topic or the speech should revolve around. Her central idea was mentors drive Toastmasters. She has taken that, and from her own story, she started weaving the entire narrative for those 5 to 7 minutes. She was very clear on what she is going to deliver, what is the central message she wants to deliver. The next one is, why do the audience want to listen to it? Yes, most of the audience who are experienced Toastmasters here know that yes, mentors are one of the USP or the pillars of Toastmasters. But for new Toastmasters, it is one of the learning that she could convey to every one of us, that please use that mentorship which could take you higher in Toastmasters and also in your professional and personal life and also in public speaking. So there is a takeaway for experienced Toastmasters, how they could contribute towards the growth of others, the new Toastmasters, and also for the new Toastmasters, how they can take away much from this Toastmasters experience. So she has a takeaway for everyone, which is also one of the objectives in her project. The third one is the area in which she has used humor. Throughout her speech, she was able to sprinkle humor, by which she was able to enhance or emphasize her central idea. So she was able to bring in the audience and keep them hooked to her central idea using humor, like Kurdi Punal story and a few other places where she has used the humor. So kudos to you. Using humor is one of your strength area which you should leverage on all your public speaking journey. Coming to the areas of improvement, there are two areas which I felt maybe we could have done much better. The first one is the title. Some pillars are unseen. I would expect that unseen pillar kind of title would be more appropriate rather than some pillars are unseen. That is the first one, because the title creates curiosity among the audience. The second one is the stage usage. Yes, stage usage is very important. It should be effective. It need not be maximum. Use the stage effectively wherever needed, wherever it is required, use it effectively so that audience will not get distracted into your movements than into your story or the central idea. When you are moving, let's say I am moving on to a different set of the stage, please have some topic or item to speak rather than moving without any speech. That way the audience get distracted from your central theme. With that, Toastmaster Ramya, you have delivered a very purposeful speech where there is a key takeaway for every one of us. Kudos to you and all industry.
To evaluate the fourth speech, we have a student of IIT Chennai doing integrated MTech. She is a passionate poet, believes in spreading meaningful message to bring a change for better. Please join me in welcoming Toastmaster Pearl to evaluate the speech, The Pink Elephant.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Balaji. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and my dear guests. And firstly, I would like to congratulate my speaker, Toastmaster Supraja, for delivering such a beautiful speech, and she had weaved the purpose with such eloquence. You know, when I was sitting right there, she was telling me, I shouldn't be sitting next to an evaluator. That's a really risky place. And I saw her very calm and composed. I almost thought, okay, it's her second speech. She's going to do it well. But when she walked here, I was mesmerized. She didn't let her anxiety take over her mind, and she was just throwing confidence off like confetti. I was really impressed by that, and I think we need to give a round of applause. So now let me just start with the low-level feedback. That is, starting with your title. So her title was A Pink Elephant. So when I immediately saw this in the agenda, I was intrigued. Okay, what is a pink elephant? And what does this have to do with speech with a purpose? So it kept me captivating till the end. So let me come to that. So before that, I would like to say she had a very captivating title, and her opening actually grabbed the attention of the audience. First, she asked us to close our eyes, and by that instruction, she made sure that all the audience were hooked to what she's going to, what she's setting stage for, right? So she had a very compelling opening, and coming to the purpose, she had a very integrated purpose in each part of her speech. First, she comes up with the power of breath, then she slowly transitions, comes with real life examples, and then she has this powerful closure with the actual title, The Pink Elephant. Then the structure. Coming to the structure, the speech had a very pellucid flow, I would say. So it guided me very seamlessly from start to end. Now let me come with the high-level feedback, which is basically the highlights, and then I would be coming to your recommendations. As I said, very confident body language. And you had added some real-time examples. Now let me just ask you this. I keep on going with so many facts. Who's going to listen to me? But the moment you add a personal touch to it, you see everyone will be, okay, what is it? They'll be so hooked to you. And that's what she exactly did with the real-time examples of the kitchen and then driving. When you reach a place, you get doubt on all of it. So those real-time examples were very relatable. And so the purpose of this speech was more about a coping mechanism and how you should not let your mind take over. And so as a recommendation, there's nothing much I would say as a recommendation, but to summarize this entire feedback, the speech was very well crafted. You had a captivating opening, purposeful body, and a thought-provoking conclusion. So if you try and incorporate whatever I've told you so far, I think you'll be able to deliver more and more powerful speeches in the future. Thank you so much.
I now invite Toastmaster Suganya to present the timer report.
The qualified icebreaker speaker is Toastmaster Jayashree. The qualified prepared speaker are Toastmaster Ramya and Toastmaster Supraja. The qualified evaluators are Toastmaster Vidyasagar and Toastmaster Saravanan. Thank you.
Read out all the guidelines.
Thanks, Grace.
Toastmaster Ramya 6 minutes 16 seconds. Toastmaster Supraja 7 minutes 21 seconds. Toastmaster Jayashree 5 minutes 53 seconds. Toastmaster Vidyasagar 2 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Saravanan 3 minutes 19 seconds.
Extra 30 minutes are allowed. Extra 30 minutes. 30 seconds, sorry, extra 30 seconds.
Toastmaster Rajashekaran has taken 2 minutes 11 seconds. Toastmaster Bharat has taken 7 minutes 10 seconds. Toastmaster Sendil has taken 5 minutes 58 seconds. Toastmaster Balaji has taken 7 minutes 31 seconds. With that, we come to icebreaker. Toastmaster Ramya 6 minutes and 16 seconds. Toastmaster Supraja 7 minutes and 21 seconds. Toastmaster Suresh Kumar 6 minutes 43 seconds. Toastmaster Jayashree 5 minutes 53 seconds. With that, we come to evaluations. Toastmaster Vidyasagar 2 minutes 55 seconds. Toastmaster Saravanan 3 minutes 19 seconds. Toastmaster Venkadeshan 3 minutes 43 seconds. Toastmaster Paul 3 minutes 53 seconds. Thank you.
Now I invite Toastmaster Balaji to present the all-counter report.
Toastmaster Rajashekaran, felicitated speech.
TM Bharat, elicited speech. TM Sendil, so many hours, one so and one repeat words. Toastmaster Balaji, 1 hour. Team Toastmasters Suresh Kumar, 2 hour, 1 but and 2 repeats. Toastmaster Jayashree, elicited speech. Toastmaster Ramya, 1 hour, 1 but. Toastmaster Supraja, 1 hour. Toastmaster Pramod, clear speech. Guest Chandra Balaji, 2 hour, 1 repeat words. Toastmaster Venkateshan, 2 hour, 1 repeat words. Toastmaster Suganya, 1 hour. Toastmaster Uma Mageshwar, clear speech. Toastmaster Jagan, 3 hour. Toastmaster Vidyasagar, 1 hour. Toastmaster Saravanan, 1 hour. Toastmaster Pearl, 3 hour. Thank you.
Toastmaster Uma Magesh is invited to present the grammar interview.
That what were the day used by TM Suresh and TM Pal? Okay, these are the some of the words and quotations I noted as per my knowledge. TM Bharat used a sentence like every thought nurtures our body and mind. TM Jagan used words like culmination. One change of word can change entire meaning. And in speak about a concept like record emotions and develop your speech around that. And DTM Thomas sir used a word beat around the bush. TM Jayashree used words like sunking in silence, spark and ignite other team members. TM Ramya used words like countless struggles, brick of courage. TM Supraja spoke about a concept like if you can control your breath, you can control your mind. Yeah, also peace doesn't mean absence of chaos. TM Savanan used a quotation, success is not final and failure is not fatal. TM Pal used words like throwing confidence and captivity. Thank you.
My dear Toastmasters and guests, now it's my turn to share the GE report for today's proceedings. The meeting number 834 group was created last Wednesday itself. The meeting theme finalized and the name of the role players assigned. The meeting agenda, including the mapping of speakers to evaluators, was published promptly and underwent timely updates to accommodate any changes necessary, ensuring a clarity and organization of all participants. Today, before the start of the meeting, the room and the equipment were set up well in advance, ensuring a smooth start to the meeting. Guests were warmly greeted and made to feel comfortable. The sergeant arms commenced the meeting sharply at 2:55 p.m., setting the tone for the well-organized session. Presiding officer was thoroughly prepared and organized. He welcomed the dignitaries and the guests, fostering a welcoming and interactive atmosphere. He continued with the engaging Chinese story and connected it with the Toastmasters International, highlighting its benefits and mission. PMOD explained the theme of the meeting with his experience in Discover 25 event and distributed his smile to all of us. General Evaluator explained about the quantitative and qualitative evaluation process followed in Toastmaster meetings, introduced the tag role players and speech evaluators. Today we had the pleasure of listening to 4 remarkable speeches, each offering unique perspectives and valuable insights. These speeches were followed by detailed evaluations which provide constructive feedback to help the speakers refine their public speaking skills. I will list the comments and the opportunity for improvement. General evaluator was late myself, so general evaluator has to be 10 minutes before the start of the meeting. I was late, I was just on time. General evaluator missed the change in agenda of Discover Medley before the prepared speech despite the notification. TMOD could have provided a clear explanation of the Toastmaster meeting structure, which would have helped the guest and the new members to understand the flow of the meeting. There are some hiccups with the new role players on the timer, understanding of the timing and all. In conclusion, today's meeting combined learning, inspiration and fun. The friendly atmosphere and the teamwork ensured that everyone left with new knowledge and sense of happiness, showing the true spirit of Toastmasters. That concludes the GE segment. Over to you, team.
Thank you, general evaluators and speech evaluators, tag role players. So all your feedbacks and suggestions really helped us to build and grow for sure. And it has been really wonderful meeting, right? The prepared speeches, role players, so all your smile faces, everything came together beautifully. And I said earlier about the smile, how helps the communication. It's not only the communication, it's also for health benefits also. When you are smiling, it reduces some chemicals into our brain like dopamine and endorphins. So those will help us to reduce our stress and also it's create a positive mindset. So please be smile with your surroundings and to everyone and your office colleagues everything. So be smile not only from your face, from your heart as well. And keep smiling, keep shining because that small curve surely make a big difference. Thank you. And with that, I have control back to the presiding officer, Toastmaster Bharat.
Thank you, TMOD Toastmaster Center. Wow, what a wonderful meeting we had. Coming back to the story, the reason for the king to hand over the throne or the successor to Chang was, the king said, the seeds which I handed over to you was a boy seed which will never sprout. And when Wang came back with a plant with beautiful flowers, he knew that was not from the seed which he gave it to him. And Chang, in spite of the seed, he came back showing his honesty and integrity, but he did put in all the efforts in growing the seed. And so that is the story, and that is the reason. Now I'd like to appreciate the role players for this meeting, especially the first time role players. Today, the entire role player team, including the Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster Senthil, is a first time role player. And the general evaluator, Toastmaster Balaji, again is a first time role player of the general evaluator. And the tag team also, it was been consistent for the last couple of meetings. We have been having the entire tag team as the first time role players. Today again it's the same. Toastmaster Subhanya Timer, the R-counter Balaji for the first time as an R-counter. And the grammarian Toastmaster Uma Mageshwar Rao, the first time grammarian. I would also like to appreciate the first time evaluator Toastmaster Vidyasagar, who was doing the evaluation the first time. And also with this, he has completed level 1. And also, I would like to appreciate 2 members in this meeting who has taken their first step in the journey of Toastmasters or in their pathways. Let's welcome the icebreaker speakers for today, Toastmaster Suresh Kumar and Toastmaster Jayashree, who are taking the first step in their pathways.
request all the members to cast your vote for the best speaker, best role player, best evaluator, and the best tag team for today. You have your links in the group. And we'll also recognize the level 1 and level 2 completions today. Whoever we have received the certificate. The level 1 certificate completion for Rajshekhar and Mohan. Another level 1 completion, Toastmaster Balaji. Level 1 completion, Toastmaster Venkatesh. The level 1 completion, Toastmaster Pearl. Level 2 completion, Toastmaster Saravanan P. Thank you. Can we have a quick feedback from one of our guests, Manisha? Can you please come over here and share feedback about the meeting?
Hi everyone, thank you so much for giving this opportunity to me. Actually, my husband only suggested me. He is one of the member from here. He joined 2 years ago, but unfortunately he can't able to continue with here. He just spent 3 or 4 weeks only. Due to his busy schedule, he discontinued, and now he motivated me to continue from here for improve my leadership level in my career. That's the main motive. Thank you so much, and really I'm so happy to be here today, and I learned many things from the Jayashree ma'am and Ramya ma'am. Really impressed by your speech and the actions, everything. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Jayashree. Now we move on to the results of today's meeting. And the best role player goes to the man who redefined the word of the curve, Toastmaster Sendri, the team. The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster Saravanan.
You are making a habit of it.
best tag role goes to the grammarian Toastmaster Uma Maheshwar. And the best speaker goes to Toastmaster Jayashree.
Another habitual author.
Thank you all once again for joining this meeting number 834. With the sound of this gavel, I adjourn meeting number 834. And I request all the members to be seated since we have a business session now. And all the guests to be accompanied by our Toastmaster Amrita for snacks and coffee. And I now hand over the stage to Toastmaster Anuradha to take forward the business session.